Alright, time for another declutter. Today we are tackling concealer, foundation, primers, and setting sprays, face powders. Basically all things complexion is what we're dealing with today. I've kind of just chunked everything in the drawer that's usually kind of on my desk or strode about. But primarily this is the drawer that I keep my complexion products in, and it's an ungodly mess and things need to go. There's foundation in here that is too old. Powder that just needs to be decluttered because I don't use it. So let's just get started on this mess. I'm gonna grab I've got a declutter basket here, and then I've got this basket that I'm gonna be putting stuff that goes just on my desk, filming desk. So I guess we'll just start with what's on top. Maybe I'll just, you know what, I'm gonna pull all the setting sprays out and we will talk about those first. Okay, I think I just got 4 setting sprays right now, so that's actually really good. I usually have more than that, but I've got my e.l.f. Microfine, which is a favorite. I've got all-nighter. Got 2 little mini all-nighters. One's like a deluxe sample and one's like a little bit of a smaller deluxe sample. Oh no, this is a primer. I'm sorry. Never mind. Okay, so I've got 1 all-nighter setting spray here to try out or to use up. It's just a mini. I keep this on hand for like special occasions because it's all-nighter. It's a classic, and I think having just a mini is perfect to have on hand at all times. Just, it's small, it's easy to store, but for the most part I just go with my e.l.f. all-nighter one. Stay all night. These are pretty comparable setting sprays. So yeah, basically I just hang on to this one for special occasions. And then I've got this e.l.f. Dewy Set Mist. This is very, very dewy. Does not help longevity, nothing like that. It's just quite, well, very dewy. Like, it doesn't set anything down. If anything, it works more of a, closer akin to maybe a MAC Fix Plus in a formula, but a bit dewier. So it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's quite coconutty. It's got a very strong mister on it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not. You know, I'm going to keep it to use it up because I don't have much left in it. So yeah, it's just going to stay solely because there's like that much left and I'm going to pan it. So that setting spray is done. Let's move on to primers. Pull all those out. I've got a lot of primer. Okay, there may or may not be some more primers floating around in this drawer. This is all primer. What is wrong with me? I like primer, I guess. I really do. I do enjoy primer. This is a backup of my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. Keeping it because I love it. It's one of the best primers on the market. This is the one that I'm panning currently. Almost empty. Almost empty. Proud of myself for almost using something up. So that's going to stay out on the vanity to use up. Colleen Rothschild. Love this one. Definitely a keeper. This is more of an illuminating product. This is the e.l.f. Electric Mood Illuminating Drops. What is this called? Illuminating Elixir Priming Serum. I like this a lot. It's very glowy. It's very pretty. Love it for like the summer months. Very, very cool. Very cool product. So it's gonna stay in the collection. I don't know if it's gonna stay out or not. We got Marshmallow Primer from NYX. Love this one. This is a favorite. We got a bunch of e.l.f. Putty primers here. Whoop, no, that's a setting powder. e.l.f. Putty primers. I've got all of them apparently. I really like the Acne Fighting Putty Primer a lot. It's a favorite, so I am keeping that one. This is the original, which I'm trying to use up. I use it to like clean up fallout, so that's the only reason it stays in the collection. It's strictly for cleaning up fallout under my eyes and eyeshadow, stuff like that. It works like a magic eraser. So it's just going to stay strictly for that reason. Then I have a little mini guy of it. I think I'll go ahead and pass on the little mini because I don't need another one, I don't think. It's just too many, so yeah. I've got the matte and luminous. I do like these just to have on hand. Sometimes I want to use luminous, sometimes I want to use the matte. I think they're fine products. This one's got some glitter in it. It's a bit weird. It's nice to keep around for just reference reasons. And then I have the matte one, which I actually kind of like for the T-zone if I'm particularly oily. So I got these 2 from Wet n Wild. Almost used this one up, and then I'm working. This is the backup. This is their Rose Primer Serum. Just working through these still, and yeah, I'm gonna keep them. They're nice little kind of hydrating primers. Not bad at all. They're more akin to skincare. This is super old, and I think it needs to go. This is the Honey Do Me Up from NYX. I mean, I think this is about 6 years old, so it's probably gone off, and I'm afraid it's gonna break me out if I use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. I did use a good bit of it. And it's nice. It's nothing to really like write home about. Alright. And speaking of something similar, I have the Guerlain can't pronounce. This is a Youth Dew, I think's what it's called. Youth Watery Oil. So yeah, I've got a sample of this, deluxe sample, that I am testing out. I'm gonna keep that. So we got here the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. I'm almost done with this. I've been trying to pan it, so that's staying out. And we got Hourglass Veil, another one I'm trying to pan and use up. There's only a little bit left in it. Staying out. Great primer, by the way. Got this little bitty Bare Minerals Acne Blemish Remedy Mattifying Prep Gel. I don't think I need this. It's just not a product that I need, and it's a little tiny sample, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. Then I got an all-nighter primer here from Urban Decay. Longwear Foundation Grip Prep Smooths and Perfects. I haven't used this yet. Haven't opened it. Keeping it to try out. And we got an Angel Veil. This is one of my favorites. It's pretty close dupe to the Hourglass the Hourglass Veil. They're pretty similar. This actually comes in new packaging now that's way nicer. The only thing is, this can get kind of like separate-y and weird and then dry. So let's see if mine's still any good. It's feeling a bit dry. But yeah, I think it's still fine. Very smoothing. So yeah, I want to use this up, so I'm going to keep it. Then we got the Impossible Primer from Wet n Wild. This did nothing for me. Like, this is like useless. Like, it's just nothing. To me, it didn't really smooth pores. It didn't do anything particularly exciting or impressive. I'm just not that big a fan. So, yeah, it's just very, I don't know. I mean, it feels nice on the skin, but I just didn't feel like it did anything that it claimed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go, because I don't think I need it in my collection anymore. So I don't think it was worth the hype. So, okay. We've narrowed down primers a little bit. We've made some progress. Let's do concealer. Right, okay, I think this is all. Okay, I think this is all the concealer. There may be some more floating around. I don't know. So let's go through here and see what we got. This is the Wet n Wild Original Concealer. This is old. It's time to go. Great concealer though, by the way. Very similar to Maybelline Fit Me Original Concealer. A little bit like NARS. It's a good one. Not super heavy coverage at all. It's a really good concealer. Then I got Incognito from Wet n Wild. I love this one. I think it's fantastic. Definitely a favorite. Very similar to Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. In fact, I think this is a good dupe of that. Beautiful under the eye. Really good concealer. You know, okay, so this is one I do want to use up and kind of pan. This is the Born to Glow. I forgot I had this. I actually really like this concealer. I think it was either you loved it or you hated it. I can't quite remember how I feel about it. I think it might be a little yellow on me, so I'm going to give this another little test and see if I want to get rid of it or keep it. So it's on the chopping block. It's going to get tested out, and we're going to decide if it's worth keeping or not. This is the Age Perfect Concealer from L'Oreal. This is a lovely concealer. I really enjoy it. This is a deeper shade that I use for when I'm self-tanning, so that's why it's darker than my other concealers, but it's a really good one, and I really quite like this formula. I need to pick it up in my normal shade. And then we got the Catrice Liquid Camouflage. This is a fantastic concealer also. Pretty similar to the Incognito from Wet n Wild. Just a really good solid concealer. Very good coverage. It's lightweight. It doesn't look heavy under the eye, but it is super pigmented and long wearing. AOA Studio. This is another one I want to revisit. I think I enjoy this quite a bit, but I can't really remember. So I do want to revisit this one and use it again, but I think I really liked it. And again, it's $1. It's another nice thing to have on hand from Shop Miss A. True Match. I love this one. I've really come to love this one quite a bit. Even though I think initially I had some mixed feelings about it, this has become a favorite concealer in my little rotation. So keeping. We got some age rewinds here. We got Cool Ivory. This one's pretty new, obviously, so I'm going to be keeping that one. And then this is Ivory, and it's a little bit, I think, I don't know if which one's the better match for me. You know, they're both good matches, honestly. That one's a little bit light, I think, whereas this one's a bit more a closer skin color, you know, skin tone match. This one's much more brightening. So I'm hang on to both these, try to use them up. And I've got the brightening shade, which I really, really like. What else we got here? And we got the 3 e.l.f. Camo Concealers. This one is the matte camo concealer. This is the original, like, matte camo concealer. Really good product. It's almost empty, so I'm going to go ahead and let this go because it is pretty much used up. And yeah, I can scrub another one if I want it. I'm more of a fan of the hydrating, so I'm working through these two currently. This one I think is almost empty as well, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. And then I have the shade up from it, which is Fair Beige, which I think I usually mix them, but yeah, this one's about done. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and let that go and hang on to Fair Beige. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna try to pan this because it's not that old, and there's a good bit of product left. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to use this one up. All right, so that's concealers. I guess we'll do foundation now. All right, and foundation. Whew. I'm a fan of drugstore foundation, obviously. So let's just dive in here and try to do a little decluttering. This is a Catrice Full Coverage HD. This isn't like my holy grail, but it's a nice matte option to have on hand because I don't really have any matte foundations. So I just got this one not that long ago, sent to me through, I think, Octoly. So yeah, I'm going to hang on to this one and try to get some more use out of it. It can look a little makeup-y, but I've discovered with some better skin prep and primers, this one actually does look really good. It just, I need to do the right skin prep with it because it is quite mattifying. Alright, Born to Glow, got 2 of these. So, let's see, what we got here? Porcelain, light porcelain. I'm going to keep light porcelain, let porcelain go because I think it was a little bit not quite the right shade for me. And this one was just a better match, so yeah. Infallible Pro Glow. Hadn't reached for this in like a super long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. It's a great foundation, by the way. I've got too many foundations, obviously. AOA Studio Pro Wear Foundation. This is a good one. I'm gonna keep it. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. And yeah, hanging on to that. I love having very affordable options like the AOA Studio. Got 2 Age Perfects here. One is my normal year-round shade, and then my summer self-tan shade. So definitely keeping both of these because I love them so much. They are very, very good foundations. They have the SPF 50 in them. They're great coverage, very radiant, beautiful, beautiful foundations. Similar to that is the number 7 Protect and Perfect. This is another holy grail, like, favorite from the drugstore. Beautiful product. Again, SPF 50, great coverage, but not super heavy. Feels very skincare-like. I really enjoy this one all year round. It's very nourishing in the winter, and it just sits nicely on the skin in the summer. It wears very gracefully. Same as the Serum Foundation from L'Oreal. These are just really, really good, nourishing products, and they have a fantastic SPF in them with the SPF 50. Hell yeah. So this is almost empty. I'm currently trying to pan it, and I'm going to repurchase it because I love it. I love it a lot. And we get CC Camo Cream. I'm keeping this one just because I like to have, you know, an option from e.l.f. around and a good drugstore option. Not my holy grail, but it's not bad either. But yeah, I like to keep it because sometimes I kind of want to do like a full face e.l.f. or something like that. It's nice to have this one in the collection. I got this one from Wet n Wild. I really do like this one. This is the Dewy Photo Focus. I'm quite a fan of it. And it's the shade Porcelain. I'm gonna keep this one because it's nice to have that Wet n Wild option around. And yeah, I think this is a beautiful foundation. Okay, what else we got here? This is a cushion foundation from Wet n Wild that I don't think they make anymore. Never been opened. I still have it sealed up, and it has an expiration date on here, which is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2020. So this needs to go. It's a shame because this is a beautiful product and I loved it. I used the shit out of, well, I used up one of these and bought a backup. But this is expired, so it's gotta go. It says 2020 on it. It's 2022. It's time to go. Even though it's never been opened, I don't know. I've not had the inclination to reach for it in 3 years, obviously. And then I have the cushion color corrector. Same type of product. It's gonna go ahead and just get decluttered because I don't use it. Pro foundation mixer from NYX. This is almost empty and very old, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this go as well and pick up a new one. They did relaunch those, I think, in the drop line, so I'm just gonna get a new one if I need it. I got a Photo Focus stick foundation. This was not a bad product. It's just old and I haven't reached for it in a long time. It's, I think, probably getting a bit dry on me, and yeah, I liked it for what it was, but not a holy grail. But you know, it's just a stick foundation and not my favorite type of what do you call it, product delivery, but it is nice. I mean, it wore pretty good on the skin, blended in nicely, set well. Like it's not a bad product at all. It's just old, and I haven't had an inclination to reach for it either. I got a Mary Kay. This is in a deep shade or deeper shade, and I use this to mix, to adjust color to foundation if I need to go deeper. This is in the shade Bronze. It is a pretty deep tone, but it's brand new. I just opened it. I mean, it's not a new product. I've had it sealed up for quite some time, but this is just their medium cover foundation. Don't know if this is available or anything like that. My friend just gave me a bunch of her old Mary Kay stuff that she had in her kit. So yeah, I just hang on to this for purely just for adjusting tones of foundation to make sure that they, you know, are matching me right. So it's just it's kind of just an adjuster shade. We got two L'Oreal Fresh Wears here, 2 different shades. I got 400 and 405. I don't know. I'm like, which one? We got Porcelain and Pearl. I think I'm gonna keep Pearl. I'm gonna keep both of them because I mix them, and they're really, really good foundations. I love these. They are fantastic. It's a great drugstore foundation. Good price point. Beautiful coverage, finish on the skin. Just all around really, really good. Like holy grail status good. And I have it in the 2 lightest shades, and I kind of mix them, match them, whatever seems to suit my skin the best. So keeping both of these. One of my absolute favorites is the Bare Minerals. This is Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. So good. This is a holy grail favorite foundation right here, so it's gonna stay. Got the All Nighter from Urban Decay. This is just way too dry for me. Way too matte. It sucks the life out of my skin. It's gotta go. Better Believe It from Physicians Formula. Absolute favorite. Love this one so much. The shade's a bit odd on me. Just a bit of an odd shade, but it's a beautiful formula, and it looks good once it's on the skin. I just find it looks a little green sometimes. But yeah, gorgeous product. One of my favorite foundations that I've tried recently. So yeah, gorgeous cover. Looks like you have a filter on your skin. Very good. And we've got the Nude L'Oreal True Match Nude with hyaluronic acid tinted serum. This is amazing. I love this one so much. Definitely keeping this one. I just got it, in fact, and fell in love. It has a gorgeous kind of sheen to it. It's definitely replaced the Pro Glow in my collection. And then lastly, I have here the CoverGirl Vitalist. This is discontinued. This is super old. I'm sure it is expired. Yeah, expired May 2020, so we're we're gonna go ahead and let this one go as well. All right, so that is foundation. Last thing in here is powder, and I just have a contour palette just sitting here. So let's get through these powders really quick. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder, loose setting powder. This is a great setting powder. I just find it to darken my under eyes a little bit. It's just a little yellow on me, and yeah, it's just not the best option color-wise for me. I find it to darken my under eyes, but I'm really pale. If you're deeper than me, this is gonna be a great, you know, option. And by deeper than me, I mean like if you're just a light skin tone, it'll be fine. I'm just very pale, and any of these that have a slight tint to them read very yellow on me a lot. But it's a gorgeous formula and definitely worth checking out. Yeah, the only reason I'm going to go ahead and let this one go is because it does darken my under eye. I kind of struggle with that with powders. This is a translucent mattifying powder from e.l.f. This is one that like I would just keep in my purse, and it's gotta go. It's old. Don't need it. By Terry, favorite, love it so much. By Terry is a fantastic powder. This is the Hydra powder, obviously. Oh, so good, so good. So it's staying. It's a favorite. We got the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Love this one so much. It is a gorgeous drugstore powder that has a little slight illumination to it. It's very much like a loose hourglass ambient lighting powder type product. That's what it reminds me of. Gorgeous product. So pretty on the skin. Gives you a very poreless finish. Sets the face but still looks very glowy. Really nice. Not too glowy either. It doesn't look like a highlighter. It's true like illuminating powder. Number 7. This is the Perfect Light Pressed Powder. This one's fine. I like this one. This is one of their pressed powders. I'm gonna use this one up. It's good. It's a good little pressed powder. But my favorite one is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. This one's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Floss Filter Powder, I believe. I've got some pan going in here. Proud of that. Making a dent. This is a really good setting powder, compact setting powder. If you're looking for one from the drugstore, I highly recommend the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. This one's great. But the Perfect Light's not bad either. They're both really good. The Lift and Illuminate's just kind of amazing in comparison. And speaking of number 7, I have the Perfect Light Loose Powder. The loose powder is phenomenal. It is a gorgeous setting powder. And yeah, the loose one is just so flawless. Like fills in all the pores, gives you that very airbrush finish. Great powder, sets down the makeup, but doesn't look heavy on the skin. Really good loose powder from the drugstore. I got the KVD Locket powder. This is another one that kind of darkens my under eye a bit, and it's almost empty, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. It's pretty old, so yeah, it's got to go. This CoverGirl Advanced Radiance, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go as well. I don't reach for it. I don't think it's that great of a powder. I've tried to love it, I don't. So, letting that one go. We got Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. This is the white shade. Love this one so much. Definitely a keeper. We got NARS Original Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. I love this powder. This is such a great pressed powder. I've made a good dent in it. I'm going to try to use that up this year. Because look at this. I've hit so much pan. So we need to fully finish panning this one because it is a little old, and yeah, I've made good progress on it. So this is definitely a project pan. Okay, what else I got here? Got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in the lightest shade, translucent. This one is a really good translucent shade if you are translucent like me, as in you ghost. This is a good one. It's a nice setting powder. Can look a little dry on the skin, a little heavy if you overdo it. Like, I wouldn't bake with it necessarily, but it's a good setting powder, and you get a ton of product. So yeah, this is gonna stay because I like it. And then we got Fit Me in Fair, lightest shade. This is just a really good drugstore option to have on hand. And yeah, I'm going to keep it because it's a really good setting powder and a nice drugstore option to have in the collection. So it's going to stay. Then we got a little sample here of the Fenty Pro Filter in Butter. I'm going to hang on to this one for when I'm self-tanning because on normal times it does darken my under eye, but it's such a beautiful product. It is a gorgeous powder. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it and use it for when I do self-tan and don't want a super light powder under my eyes. This one might be a better option for me. I don't know. I'm going to hang on to it, try to get some use out of this little guy because it's small and it's not taking up that much room. So yeah, okay. I think that is it. Let's get everything put back in this drawer and hopefully it looks a little more organized. Alright, that looks so much better than it did. And yeah, we did a good bit of decluttering, so I'm happy with this. The drawer closes, everything fits in there, and we have decluttered a good bit here. I think we made some good progress. This is a basket full of product that can go. So yeah, good things. Good things. Progress. Alright, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know if you like any of these foundation powders, concealers down below. Is there any that you think I need to add to my collection? Let me know down below. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.